Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to Time Machine Scale Models. Well, I ended up getting a couple more shop cards after the last video, and I want to do an update video on the Unified Scale Automotive Content Creators group build Roadrunner that I'm doing. I've had to take a step back to go forward, but I've made a little bit of progress, and I want to show you the progress that I've made, and I also want to get a couple opinions from you. So let's get to these shop cards. The first one I have comes from William over at Ruckus Rod and Custom. Okay, William sent me a shop card, awesome shop card with the 33 Willies and 41 Willies on there, and it says all things automotive. And William's channel's not just about model cars, although he does feature a lot of model car building. It's about auto repairs, restorations, paint, powder coat, trips to the racetrack and car shows, and of course model cars. So if you haven't already checked out Ruckus Rod and Custom, I urge you to do so. As usual, the link will be in the description. William, thank you very much for the shop card and the kind words on the back. And I'm looking forward to watching your channel grow. Alright, the next one I got comes from Daniel over at Go For It Painting. And this is pretty sweet. It's a glossy card. And you notice something on there? That's Herbie the Love Bug, man. I loved Herbie when I was a kid. I've actually built a couple Herbies. But this is awesome. This is what Herbie would look like if they found where Herbie was hiding today, in the weeds. So all that weathering on there, just high-level stuff right there. But there's so many moving parts to this picture, if you can see if the camera's picking it up, because the hood inserts are mesh, the windshield is mesh, and that weathering is top-notch. The paint is cracking over here and all that. And if you go over to his channel, Go For It Painting, link will be in the description, you too can learn to weather your model cars this way. So go check his channel out. Daniel, thank you for the shop card. I appreciate it very much. This is awesome. We'll put this over here. Alright guys, so as you can see, the Roadrunner is back to being naked. And you know, I'm not sad about it. I mean, I am in a way, but in a way I'm not, because it'll give me an opportunity to do some things. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do is these battery cables here, they're kind of out of place. I'm going to add my own battery cables, so these got to go. These are just an eyesore and just look weird, right? So this will give me an opportunity to clean this area up, smooth this out, and get rid of those things. And I probably will need to do a little bit more filling on the door. That's that gouge. It's not near as bad as what it was, but I'm definitely going to have to put a little bit more putty in there. I pulled some of the putty out when I was stripping it, and I can feel a little bit of it with my fingernail as I run my fingernail over. And if I can feel it with my fingernail, that is definitely going to transfer over when I primer and paint this thing. You know, you'll see that. So we got to do a little bit more body work here. Other than that, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of wet sanding, and it'll be ready to go back to prime. And then we can color code it. But I got the chassis built up. That's that color. That's that light gunmetal color from MCW Finishes that I'm using. Painted the exhaust silver, tester silver, and this is flat steel. The mufflers are flat steel. Chrome tips, brought to you by Modelcars on it. And see the engine transmission. That exhaust, I'm so happy that I cut that exhaust away from the rear end. That looks so much cleaner and so much better without those big hunks of styrene holding it to the rear end, don't you think? I like it so much better that way. Looks so much cleaner. Got the engine built up and in the car, wired. Close to the correct firing order, but probably not quite, because I drilled out the center of the distributor, and you know how hard it is to get things to go in the proper direction. Oh, I noticed that it came loose. I got to fix that. And if you remember, I took the oil filler cap and removed it from the left side valve cover and glued it to the right side valve cover to make it more correct. I added these PCB tubes. This one came apart. I'm going to have to re-glue that, clean it up. You got your water slide decal. This is 446 barrel on there. Yeah, it didn't come out too bad. Now, I might not, what I'm about to say might not be a fan favorite, but I'm not a fan of these Detail Master plug wires. I'm just not. I find them to be too thin, and they just don't want to go where I want them to go, and they don't want to hold their shape, you know. And I very rarely ever use any kind of wire looms or anything, and I find sometimes I have to put some glue, canopy glue, in certain areas to hold the plug wires together or to keep them in a shape that I want. And I don't know, I prefer the Parts by Parks wires myself, and they seem to be a little bit thicker, and some people might say that they're not scale and what have you, but honestly, I like the Parts by Parks distributors personally. But anyway, this is where I need you guys' opinion. So this color, I wanted this to be, I was hoping this was going to be a little bit more grayish, a little bit more silverish. But if you can tell, it's got a little bit of a blue hue to it, okay? Which isn't a problem. I mean, I'm really not mad at that. I think it looks good. And it'll look good with the black stripe on the hood. Here's where I run into an issue. So yesterday, last evening, I took some acrylic and thinned it down, and I sprayed it through my airbrush. And this is a color called Berry Wine. Okay, this is just your run-of-the-mill acrylics you get at Hobby Lobby. I thinned it down with water and I sprayed it through my airbrush. And I like this color. It looks a little purple through the camera, right? But it's actually more maroon. It's kind of a dark maroon. All right, and obviously I still have to detail the door panels and everything. And here is the front bench seat. Right? And this is the back seat. I obviously have to finish the interior pan. I'm still on the fence about whether I'm going to paint the floor black or I'm going to paint it black and then put some of this over top and simulate carpet or not. But that's what I need from you guys. Do you think this is gonna go with this color? Now, I ran this by my daughter, who's really good at selecting colors and pairing colors, last night. And she said they would look good together. I wish I had the body, so I can put the body on the chassis and stick the seats in, and at least look and see what it's going to look like from the exterior of the car. But, you know, if this was silver, it wouldn't be so bad. Back in the day, I had a Cutlass that was silver and gray, and it had a maroon interior, and I thought it looked badass, and I liked that color combination. But I'm not sure if this is going to go. So, I mean, the other alternative is for me to just paint that black. You know, I know black pretty much goes with everything, and I try to stay away from black interiors because it's just like a black hole, so to speak. So what do you think? You know, will the wineberry turn out good once this is finished, or should I look for a different color? I don't know. You guys tell me. Anyway, guys, I think that's all I got for this video. Please go check out Go For It Painting and Ruckus Rod and Custom. Links will be in the description. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll be to the races tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think, is my last outdoor race of the season. It's our annual Halloween race. And then I'm going to shut it down for the season and concentrate on model building and business. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.